Behind every great guy, there's a great lady. This gal did it all. She got out of bed late at night. She made lunches. She made steaks. She opened some pop. You know, she cleaned up our mess. But she always made us welcome. She always had a smile. And she always invited us back. So our gang would like to ask Betty Schuhauser to come forward for a moment. Please, Betty. Thank you, Betty. Okay, in closing, I would like to say thank you to all my teammates, all our fans. Thank you to Cupar and the surrounding communities for all the wonderful years, the great times, and the special memories. Thank you.
Pleasure working with you with this reunion. It's a pleasure knowing you. I have to call on Kelly, Elaine, who's been with the Canucks since 1980, and also Mr. Robert Jamont, that became a coach in 1993, I think it was, to 1997. So I'll have Kelly speak first, and then Robert will come up. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. I'll be a little repetitious, and I just want to thank Kevin and Rob Woolsey, in particular, those two people who made this a really special day today. They did a lot of work, and they really deserve a lot of recognition for the work they put into this day and this evening. As Kevin mentioned, I've been involved with the team for quite a while. I've been with it actually since 1979 as a player, and other than 2 years, I guess I've been with the team in some capacity as a player or a coach or a manager. Other than 2 years, I guess. Other than that, I've been around, whether my wife likes to admit it or not. When I began playing, we were members of the Right Angle Hockey League. We had some good teams, had some good times, but it was approximately midway through the 80s, I guess. The league was looking a little shaky. We had some teams like Lipton and, what else have I got down here? Kelleher, Ituna, dropped out. We were looking for a new team to play, a new league to play in. And the Highway League was a very attractive league, and we were very fortunate to get in that league. The first year we were in that league, we were very fortunate in having some players from the Quinton area playing on our team. I noticed that a few of them are here. They just showed up. They were like that playing hockey too. They showed up at the last minute. I don't know what we would have done without those Quinton players. They're a big part of our organization. In 1985-86 that we were joining the Highway League, and I really sensed that the fans in Cupar and surrounding area were really taking to our team, because it was a much higher caliber of hockey, and we were doing okay, so it brought a lot of fans out to the rink, and those were pretty good years. In 1990, December 21st actually of 1990, we moved into our new rink, the Cupar Q-Plex, which was a major change. It was a nice big artificial ice arena, and we had showers, which we never had before. We had females actually sitting with us after games, which was a special treat for some of us young guys. And the 90s were pretty good years to our organization. I think if you look at this little flyer that Kevin's made, we had some very good teams, some league championship teams, some provincial championship teams, and we had a lot of success and we had a lot of fun. I guess one of the big highlights for me was the year we won the AAA championship. And then we went on to play a team from Warroad, Minnesota, and wow, this town was a buzz. We had a lot of interest. We had hundreds of people at our games. And I mean, they even shut down the school so the kids could come over and watch Warroad practice. There was a tremendous amount of interest. And for a town of 700 people, we became not only a pretty good senior hockey team, but a team that was recognized all throughout the country. We won 2 games in Cupar, and we handled them fairly well, we thrashed them. And they hadn't lost a game in 2 years. And we thrashed them, we beat them, well, we waxed them. And then we went to Warroad, and due to circumstances beyond our control, we didn't win the series. And then Warroad went on to win the Canadian Championship. So that was definitely a highlight in my senior hockey career. And I'm very pleased to say to some of the players and the fans that haven't been in the organization or haven't been a part of the community for many years, that senior hockey is still strong, alive and well. And we had a few lean years in the last few years, but I'm very pleased and proud to say that this past year we were provincial finalists. And I think a top-notch senior hockey team is here for the next few years if we continue to get the players out that we've had the last couple of years. Other things of note from the 90s, we've had a couple of retired sweaters. Number 11 is now retired. It was worn by the late Terry Fizakis, who was not only an outstanding senior hockey player, but contributed a lot to the senior hockey and minor hockey circles here in town. And another individual who had his sweater retired in I guess it was the 90s, is a fellow by the name of Neil Schulhauser, number 9. I'd like Neil to stand up, please. And that's Mr. Hockey, Neil Schulhauser. He played senior hockey in Cupar for, I'm sure it was throughout 4 decades. And there aren't too many of you in here that he doesn't know. But I had the extreme privilege and honor to play with and coach Neil. He was a joy to be around. He's a class act. And I'm very proud to say that I once played and was associated with Neil with the Cupar Canucks. And it was I think it was a tremendous choice in retiring his number. And to this day, he's still involved with the organization. I guess one of the other big changes in senior hockey in Cupar and this area is there doesn't seem to be as many local players as there were in previous decades. With declining enrollment in our minor hockey system, we've had to bring in a few more import players. And to be quite honest, that's not always real bad. We've had some tremendous import hockey players that have played with the Cupar Canucks, that have worn our jersey. Many of them came right out of high school and played 4 or 5 years through their university education. And I had the privilege of coaching many of them, and a lot of them have become very good friends of mine. And I saw them kind of grow up and become adults and now fathers. And I think that's been a big change in the way senior hockey's been running the last few years, but I think it's had a lot of benefits to the community of Cupar. They've given a lot to our community, and we've got a lot of imports here tonight, and I'd like to say hats off to you people. That's pretty much all I have to say. One of the imports that we used to have was a coach for several years, and he's going to come up here and speak shortly. And in closing, I just want to say that the Eddie Shore family, we haven't forgotten about you even to this day. And there's a lot of times I'll stroll into that dressing room, give my guys hell, and I'll say, hey, It's about time we started quit playing like pansies. Let's play some old-time hockey, some Eddie Shore hockey.